What am I doing? Just wasting some money. I mean, I'm just wasting it a different way. As a detailer, sometimes I waste it in other ways. So I thought I'd just find a different way to waste money. I don't know. Hey, thanks for coming in the garage today. I'm Bruce, and this is my garage. We're going to talk about 5 costly mistakes to avoid when you're buying detailing supplies or equipment. So hopefully I can save you some money. So come on in and let's have some fun. So let's figure out how to save some money or avoid those costly mistakes when we're buying detailing supplies or equipment. So I'm going to go through 5 costly mistakes to avoid. All right, here we go. Number 1 costly mistake to avoid. Don't pay full price. All right, so you may go, okay, dude, that's really obvious. Yeah, it is. But here's some ideas about how not to pay full price. So, first of all, be alert to promotions, sales, certain times of the year where chemicals and supplies are on sale, and then plan to buy around those periods. Now, that's not always feasible. I get it. But if you are going to restock, that's the time of the year to restock when there is a sale. And there's some great companies all around that offer different discounts at different periods of time. Some vendors even offer discounts if you subscribe to their newsletter. You can check out Facebook groups that alert you to sales. You could use coupon code Bruce's Garage at DIY Detail and other vendors to maybe save some bucks here and there. So there's all sorts of ways that you can try to save instead of paying full price. Now, sometimes I get it, you have to pay full price, but if you can plan ahead and you know that a lot of detailing companies offer sales around Labor Day, then maybe you plan or around Black Friday, or you subscribe to their newsletter and they alert you to an upcoming sale. Those are the times to buy. So something to keep in mind. Again, if you subscribe to those newsletters, pay attention on Facebook, you'll start to spot certain deals and then you can stock up. Maybe you can't do that all the time, but it's certainly paying full price is a costly mistake to avoid if you can prevent it. Okay, so costly mistake number 2 to avoid. Buying the wrong quantity of chemicals. So here's what I mean by that. If there's a chemical that you use regularly or you use a large quantity of it and it's got a decent shelf life, the larger quantity is going to save you money on a per unit basis. So what I mean, if you think about it per milliliter, per 100 mils, per 16 ounce, whatever you want to measure, but on a per unit basis, it's cheaper to buy the larger quantity. Now, if you're never going to use this much all clean, or it's going to last you 10 years, maybe that's not the thing to buy. On the other hand, with all clean is a great example. There's a double way to save with this. So remember that when you buy the gallon of all clean, it's concentrated. When you buy the 16-ounce bottle, it's pre-diluted 1:15. So if I use very little all clean, then, or I've never used it and I want to try it, the 16-ounce bottle is great. Low cost of entry, $8.99. Now you got to pay shipping. So keep in mind there's, cost with that too. But just for the solution itself, it's a great way to try a new product. And if you're not going to use much of it, it's perfect. Go for it. However, if you find you like it, or you're using it a lot, for example, maybe you're using pre-wash and you're doing a lot of engines or you're doing a lot of wheels. And so the concentrate not only saves you on a per unit basis, But think about this. This is about 50 bucks. This is about $9, 16 ounces pre-diluted, 128 ounces not diluted. So I can get, if the 16-ounce bottle is really 1 ounce of all clean, okay, because it's 1 to 15 and it's 16 US fluid ounces. That means I can get 128 bottles. I could make my own 128 bottles for 50 bucks. Or I can buy one bottle for $9. You do the math. So that's another way to save. In this case, for example, Green Star. I use a lot of Green Star. It's another all-purpose cleaner. Before I was using DIY detail products, I used a lot of Koshemi products, and I still do. But I knew early on when I first bought Green Star, I bought it in the liter. Well, then I realized how much I was using it because I was using it for wheels and engines, and so I was using it a lot. So then I bought the gallon, and I could save on a per unit basis. So don't throw the money away. Don't buy too much of a chemical if it's going to go bad, if you don't have the right conditions to store it. Again, if you live in a place that gets super hot or super cold or both extremes, then if your garage or where you store things is not climate controlled, bring it inside during those extreme temperatures. But if you have space, if you can store it, if you can use it enough, buy the larger quantity, particularly with something like this that's concentrated. You get so much more from it. And I saw Nick and Ivan had a recent video about, oh, wow, this is $49.99 and how expensive that was. And they explained again in much greater detail than I just did how it's not really very expensive because it's concentrated and how much you can get from this 1 gallon. So buy the right quantity. Buying the wrong quantity is a costly mistake. Want to save some more money? Well, then avoid costly mistake number 3. Buying too many products that do the same thing and not thinking about versatility. For example, we know DIY rinseless wash can do exteriors, can do interiors, can do windows. But yet sometimes we buy window cleaners, we buy other cleaners. So, when you really want to save, you might think about how I can leverage some of the products that I have for their versatility. Similarly, with a good all-purpose cleaner like All Clean or Green Star from Koshemi or the myriad of other products on the market, often those products at different dilutions can be used for many different uses. They might be able to be used in interiors when they're more diluted, or an exterior as a pre-wash, or as a wheel and tire cleaner. So think about when you have an all-purpose cleaner, how else can you use it to make it truly all-purpose? You might have bought the APC for one specific use that you thought about. For example, let's say I wanted to add it to Incredible Suds for a little bit stronger wash. Okay, but I can also use that to spray on where I have bugs before I use Incredible Suds. I can dilute it down and I could use it for really dirty interiors. I can use it for my wheel cleaner. So I don't need to buy dedicated specialty items for all of those different areas. So not only does this method or avoiding this mistake save you some money, it can save you on having too many, chemicals. Can do too many things. It's a smorgasbord back here. You don't have to have all of that. Avoid that costly mistake. I learned firsthand. So avoid the costly mistake of duplicate chemicals. Save yourself some money and space and buy what you need that's versatile and that you can use across many different applications. All right. Number 4 to avoid, to save you some money. Avoid this costly mistake. If you really want to throw money away, I mean, literally, just start throwing it away. Store your chemicals, in the freezing garage or when it's 110 degrees in your garage. Just throw the money away because over time, those chemicals are either going to become ineffective or really just not work at all. Particularly ceramic coatings, you want to make sure things like those are stored in more of a climate controlled environment. So store your items that are temperature sensitive in some type of climate controlled space, particularly during the extremes, because if you don't avoid this costly mistake, you really are just tossing money away, you know, just throw it away. And before you guys panic, you probably know this is fake money. Okay. I don't have that kind of money. I've never had that. Wait a minute. Let's see I don't even have my wallet with me. I think I have a $5 bill. So I don't carry cash anyway. But anyway, just didn't want anyone to panic or think I was throwing money around or come by my house to pick up all the money on the floor. No, it's fake. Amazon, by the way. All right. That's costly mistake number 4. All right, my last costly mistake to avoid is one that I happen to be an expert at, so I feel like I am very qualified to share this tip with you. You don't always have to chase the latest and greatest new product. So, for example, I thought I'd look and see how many different tire dressings I had laying around. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different tire sealants or dressings. Do I need 7? No. Do you like to try different things? That's okay. So again, no judgment here, obviously, because, I'd be judging myself. So no judgment. It's okay to try different things, but think about when something new comes out on the market. Think about, am I jumping on it solely because it's new? What does it offer? What's different about it? Do I have a problem with the current product I'm using? And if it seems to have an appeal to you, well, then go for it, right? It's your money. You can spend it any way you want. But if you want to avoid this costly mistake, pause before you click buy on every new product and just say, is there something different about it that might benefit me? Will it make me more efficient? Will it give me a better experience? Does it give me a better result? Is it easier to use? Is it more durable? And so, think about all of those factors before you jump on every brand new product. I've probably got 6 different kinds of rinseless washes. I don't use rinseless a ton. I use it, but I've got so many different ones because I jumped on the newest and greatest. I saw a video and I'm like, oh, I haven't tried that. Sounds like it works really well. So I get it and I try it. And I'm like, yeah, it works really well. And then there's another one. And I'm like, oh, I hear that works really well. And I try it and it works really well. So I've got an accumulation of products that I don't use a ton of, only because I really was just jumping on the hype. So if you pause and just ask yourself those questions, what problem am I trying to solve? Do I have an issue with the products I'm using today? Or is it something that I can solve with a new product, or maybe just use the one I have before I buy something else. So that's the 5 costly mistakes to avoid when buying supplies and equipment. Hopefully, this has been fun. Hopefully, you've learned a few little things to save you just maybe a little bit of the green stuff. That's my goal. I hope you have enjoyed the video, maybe picked up a few things. Remember to give me a thumbs up if it was helpful. Appreciate a subscribe. And thanks again for coming into my garage today. Remember, just go out and have fun. If that means buying more products, then keep doing it because I want you to have fun in your garage. Have a great day.